I've never seen it.
All right, we're ready to start whenever.
No Michael Winslow bits?
Nah, I don't want to. We can do the bit about Michael Winslow at an open mic.
Did I feel like I've told this story to you at least, but did I tell you when we were doing prep for Awful Nice in Branson, we saw that show 6, which was like the sound effect thing? When we got down there, the lady who ran like the CVB was like taking us around. And this was just when we were like scouting.
Sure.
The movie's written to be set in Branson.
For reference, Todd made a movie. He is scouting locations
in Branson, Missouri.
In Branson, Missouri, which is if Dollywood was in the Ozarks.
A lot of people say Ned Flanders called it the Vegas for Ned Flanders. Neon in nature.
It's really hard to describe to people, but if you know what it is, you know exactly.
It's one of the weirdest places in the world.
Yeah.
The movie's set there. It's written there. So obviously we're shooting there. So like the lady who runs like their tourism does not have to like take us around and like sell us on Branson, but she chose to anyways. And the whole time, like from like 9 a.m. when we show up until like the end of like this full day of scouting, she keeps talking about this one show that everyone goes crazy for. It's sold out for like 3 months called 6. Right? It's like 6 human voices and they make all the sounds themselves. And Alex is like, oh, like a Michael Winslow thing? And she's like, who's that? And she's like, oh boy, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, wow.
Right? So finally that night, she's like, I got you guys tickets to go see 6. You're going to love it. It's the best show in Branson. And other people in town have been talking about it all day also. Like when we get lunch, like at Billy Gale's, the lady giving us pancakes, like, oh, you guys going to 6 later? You guys got to see it before you're in town. Like everyone is talking about this show. And we're like, okay, this is got to either be incredible or this is going to be like the worst thing ever. And no shade to the performers of 6, but it is definitely the worst thing ever. We show up and it's 6 dudes. They do all the sound effects and stuff with their voices like Michael Winslow, except it's so bad. Like the 4 of us could do better than them right now, not trying.
God.
And it is
Do you
like,
think the 6 of them had ever heard of Michael Winslow?
Definitely not. Never in a million years.
This is
not
like,
a chance.
This is like being like, okay, you guys got to go see this show. There's like these dudes. They got green paint they're covered in, and then there's percussion everywhere.
Yes.
And then this is the music. This is what they have.
Yeah.
It's just this stuff like
Like literally, the guy's like, "Oh, I hope Frank doesn't play his electric guitar too loud." And Frank's like, and like they did like the improv thing that you're never supposed to do, where like like when you're like hold a gun, you're supposed to like hold a gun like this, not like that. Like they did those types of things too, where it's like, what these guys have. It was
one
incredible.
of the working at the terrible club Deja Vu in Columbia, Missouri. One of the funniest parts about working there was seeing not good hacks wedge impressions into acts. Because seeing someone who's good at impressions,
yes,
it's the angle you take is just as important. Like James Austin Johnson, the best impressionist like that there is going right now, the president on SNL. The way he does impressions is so specific, like Donald Trump talking about Pokemon, or like like it's just it's almost like weird bits that wouldn't work for him. And then you'd see guys come through Deja Vu who have no entrance because the impression's so old, and they would just be like, wouldn't it be wild if Mike Myers as Austin Powers was trying to rent a car? And you're like, I mean, I guess. And they'd be like, give me the car, baby. I guess that's what would happen.
Oh, that's good.
There was there was a guy who came through whose credit was one of the premier Midwestern Austin Powers impersonators.
That's
one
awesome.
of
That's awesome.
Midwestern.
That's a character. I mean, like
That
that's
is.
a character by itself.
It is so wild. He is, and I do like that he's not so boastful that he says he's the best. He's one of the premier in an area where there can't be that many.
He's like, I know there's better ones in Los
But
Angeles.
it's not me.
He knows it's the Midwest because it cuts off right at Vegas. There's no way you could include Vegas in that.
I tried to hire the 3rd best Fleetwood Mac cover band in LA, self-proclaimed, because the Stevie Nicks lady in it she used to be in this band called I can't remember the name of them. They were in a movie, like a really bad B movie from the 80s that we watched at my Good Bad Movie Club. And one of my friends was getting married. I was like, that'd be so funny if I fucking got the lady from that band to reunite this 80s all-girl rock band and get them to play the wedding. And it turns out she's still playing music. She's in the 3rd best Fleetwood Mac band in LA, and they are really expensive. So I didn't
Meatwood
do it.
Flack?
Fleetwood Mac is we need to start the fourth best Fleetwood Mac band. in
There's
LA
no way
now,
we'd
yeah.
be fourth best.
That's the second best one.
Yeah, I just can't fathom
I can't imagine that there's more than 3. I
can.
can't. Like,
There's nothing I can imagine
If
quicker.
there are already 3, if there's already 3, like don't start the fourth one.
That's
you
fair.
like you
That's
know
fair. You
your
don't need. They're not
market. Yeah.
booking out each weekend. Like the roster, the depth chart doesn't go that deep.
I was in Orange County for a friend's wedding, and we went to a bar afterwards that had a Red Hot Chili Peppers cover band,
Nice.
and people were yelling at them to play songs. And they're like, play Snow. And the guitar player goes, I can't play that
It's
one.
a really hard one. It's not that hard.
awesome.
It's a stamina
But it's like
to play
a
that
top
one.
5
Yeah.
you want to hear Red Hot Chili Peppers song. And instead they
funny.
played Can't Stop twice.
Wow.
They literally
man.
couldn't
Right?
stop.
Couldn't stop it.
That's fair.
But they,
That's fair.
To be
people were,
fair,
like,
though,
drunk. He goes yelling. It's also the whole place was the size of the studio, and so the band is 2 feet from you, and the guy's like, "Just they're not. You don't have to yell it. It's just a guy at the bar like play Snow," and he's like, "I can't."
We haven't learned that one yet.
I should just put a button on that Branson story that show 6 that was sold out in like a 4,000 person
That's
theater.
incredible.
And they
Like bigger
were
than
going
Yakov's theater.
absolutely nuts. Bigger than Yakov's theater. 6 plays the biggest theater in Branson.
If you go through Branson, a fun thing is Yakov Smirnov has his own theater there that has a giant Yakov head on the side of it,
Sure
like a
does.
40-foot tall.
Well, if you had your
Yakov
own
face.
theater, why? I don't understand why. Of course.
Well, in Soviet Russia, face
course.
theaters you.
That's true.
Touche.
I want to be fair to that Red Hot Chili Peppers band. Just to, when I was in college, I saw not the cover band, the actual band Blues Traveler, and they played Run Around 3 times.
Yeah.
They opened with it. They played it. Like towards the end of their set, where people just kept yelling for it. They're like, "Fine, we'll do it again." And then as their encore, they played it as part of a medley.
You gotta love that. You
I
really
like
have to love
that-
bands doing that.
I like
And no,
that Run
everyone
Around
was
was
happy
the
every time.
feature piece. It wasn't Hook. That's impressive to me.
I was on a
Yeah, they did a Hook. See, they're like they're. I guess you couldn't call them a one-hit wonder because they did have Hook and people
Yeah.
liked Hook. But I think Run Around was
You
the
could-
bigger
25
one.
years later, though.
I'm not to get too Blues Traveler. I think But Anyway was also at least a college radio rock.
I want to let you
Sure,
know you
sure.
have gotten to Blues
Yeah,
Traveler.
we went too deep. John Popper's going to show up and throw me through a window.
I think he made a good appearance on Roseanne. I remember. I think him
Oh,
and Dan
yes.
were good buds.
Yes.
On
Oh, I thought he was just playing Roseanne.
oh, that was very
he
funny.
lost weight. I saw him at a
Wah, wah, wah.
Sugarfish like 2 years ago, and John Popper was looking
You saw
good.
him.
I got a
He's
story
in a
about
band
this.
called
I
Sugarfish. Or
wish
he
he
was
was in
eating
a
at a place
band.
called
He
Sugar.
was eating at Sugarfish.
Blues Traveler sounds like the Sugarfish sounds like a Blues Traveler cover band.
Yeah, it
name.
does
Yeah.
actually.
I got
Third
I got
best in LA.
So he got stomach stapling surgery,
Yes,
right?
yep.
And so
Accidentally.
he just ate a bunch of
He ate a
staples.
script.
So I was watching like a VH1 Behind the Music, and he's talking about how his like I'm going to butcher the exact story, but something about his rock bottom story was he was eating fried chicken out of a bucket,
Sounds
right?
awesome.
Yeah, and he's very heavy at this point, and he was eating the chicken, and then he looked at his hand and realized it was greasy. And was like, I need to use this hand to masturbate.
Wow.
And he started masturbating with his greasy
Wait,
chicken
no,
hands.
not wow.
Yeah.
I regret saying wow early. I thought this was like his.
Wait, why? He could just wipe the hand
I
off
was saying,
or clean
this is
the
what-
hand.
so
This
listen
is
to me.
not a good rock bottom. This is just poor planning.
It is very
Rock
so-
Bottom also sounds like a Blues Traveler cover band.
It sure does.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the third best Blues Traveler cover band in LA.
It's made up of all gay guys, and it's a Blues Traveler cover
Yeah.
band called Rock Bottoms.
Dude, that's a great that's a band. That's an idea worth selling.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll sell it.
Yeah.
Who wants
Who
to
wants
buy
it? Who's calling? Hollywood. Get Hollywood on the
No
phone.
one will
out there.
buy my. No one will buy my real good ideas. We're all in this room right now.
That's the key. They don't want those ones. They want the dumb ones. But so he says that, and he says while he's masturbating, he got so winded, he realized, I got to do something about it. And so I saw that and was like, started talking about it on stage in New York, like as a premise to a bit. And Seth Herzog, New York comedy staple, I think.
Guy
he's
from
doing-
Knocked Up.
Is he in Knocked Up?
Nah, it's Seth Rogen.
No.
Yeah, Seth Herzog. He's the warm-up guy for the Tonight Show.
For Fallon, yeah, I think it's so. I was doing it on stage one night, and he came up to me and he goes, I know John Popper from like back in the day and stuff, and he was just like trolling on his VH1. That was what he said. He just made that story up, and I think that's so much
that's
funnier.
awesome. That is
if you
so
went on
funnier.
VH1 Behind the Music and just made up a horrifically embarrassing story like that just to
Yeah.
fuck around. I don't know what's true and what's not, but
Before
that's
we
my
get too far away from it, if the band is called Rock Bottoms, the lead singer can just go by John on Poppers. Like it really all works across the
On
board.
poppers, that's
I don't want to
great.
get.
If we don't get Popper sponsorship for this episode, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
I don't know if you can get sponsored by a drug.
A drug? I feel like the
This
third
isn't-
best Poppers
this-
brand in LA.
This
is
isn't
gonna be
Alex
calling
Jones.
up
I'm not going to
tomorrow.
just get sponsored by some drug.
John Popper should make his own like jalapeno poppers or something.
John's Poppers.
Yeah, John's Poppers.
That's probably a thing.
Comes into like a harmonica shape.
Yeah.
They would have to be like probably healthier at this point. I think would be his thing though.
And you get so many, you get a vest where you can put a popper in each little pocket.
Oh, you talking about the popper where you just pop out a popper?
You wear it around
You
your
could give
neck
it to
so you
your
can just
dad.
suck them out.
Sure, Jazz
Is that
would
my
love
pop's poppers?
That's such an interesting costume choice for the utility of being able to put your harmonica in a pocket. That's
Yeah.
a really
It's either
interesting.
that or like
But if you've seen him play it 3 times in a show
and
and
I
in a
have.
medley, he uses every harmonica
yeah.
in that
Yeah,
jacket.
man.
I think the
I
thing
went to
to
a
do
Horde
would be to
Fest.
have
Horde?
have like a fake gun where they drop out like you're letting a clip out
clip
like
it
John
so
Wick,
tight.
where you just let the clip
That
out
would be so
and then you
good.
just play the harmonica like
Oh,
that.
I want to
man.
see a giant Pez machine where it pops out the top in a new harmonica.
I don't want to get too far away from it, but speaking of rock bottom, I have never seen Jungle Cruise.
I honestly, when you texted me that
Yeah.
you were doing Jungle Cruise and you're like, "Hey, you want to come in and do it?" I did not know this was a real movie. I thought
So-
it was like a joke.
I've never heard of
Never
Jungle
heard of this
Cruise.
movie.
This is Okay,
No
so
idea if this is
I
a
guess
thing.
I'll record an intro on my own. What's our timestamp right now? 12 minutes.
12 minutes of Jungle Cruise banter.
So Jungle Cruise, I've never seen. Have you seen? No, you haven't seen.
Hell
the show. What the
no.
fuck? Imagine you're like, I fucking love Jungle Cruise. I have
Is
never.
it-
We're
is
the
this a-
Millers of the Sea.
Is this a new movie?
Jungle Cruise is
An old movie?
Ollie, have you seen Jungle Cruise? Is Rebecca here?
No one has
No,
heard of
she's
this
not
movie.
here.
This is amazing to me.
No, Jungle Cruise is a movie starring The Rock and Emily Blunt, and it was made by Disney. It's a Disney property, but it's like it was a huge. It looked like 20 years ago it could have been like the biggest, like it's
Wait,
like
hold
The
on.
Mummy, and it's like this huge, massive Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like a massive.
Wait. This is either going to be a really funny moment or I'm going to look like an idiot. But are you mistaking it for Jungle Book?
No, that's a different thing.
That also stars The Rock and Emily Blunt and is like a big Disney thing?
They're not in the Jungle Book.
They aren't?
No.
Don't they do a
You are
body
mistaking
switch?
that for Jungle Cruise.
Yeah,
This is one of those Berenstain Bears
Who-
things.
Who's in
this
Jungle
is
Book?
This is a real Mandela effect.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's in Jungle Book?
Didn't they did do like a
The one with,
live-ish
like-
fake
Yeah, they
animated-
did a
with
remake.
like James Gandolfini was a voice, but like they're all like these big.
I
The
thought it
Jungle
was
Book
Kevin
is a
Hart.
2016
Dwayne
American
Johnson.
adventure drama. John Favreau produced it and it has Bill Murray, Idris Elba, Lupita Nyong'o, Scarlett Johansson, Giancarlo Esposito, Christopher Walken. Holy crap!
Wait, what's the thing with
cast is
James
bananas in this.
Wasn't James Gandolfini a voice? in
That's
one
The
of these things?
Sopranos.
Wait, I thought
No, he was in one of the.
I
You're
thought
thinking of The Sopranos.
Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, and The Rock, and they do a body switch. Is that a different
That's
movie?
Jumanji.
Oh, that is Jumanji. There we go.
This is the problem.
I got
you
Jumanji.
confuse what movie The Rock is wearing khaki in.
Yeah, you're right. In
Because
the
it
jungle.
also could have been him with Sean William Scott, where they're in the
Rundown?
jungle.
The Rundown I would never
The
mistake.
Rundown is actually good.
Very
Where's
fun
My
movie.
Jungle?
Yeah.
Dude, where's my jungle? Also, Sean William Scott is funny and good.
He's a great actor. The thing is, Stifler is such a fantastic role that you just can't ever
I
escape
saw
that.
an Ask Me Anything with Sean William Scott, and someone goes, "Why aren't you in more movies? Do you turn a lot of things down?" And he goes, "I've never turned down a movie. I just don't get offers." And it made me so bummed out.
Like, I want to
That's
be
so
Nicolas
funny.
Cage. I want to do
He is good.
everything. He's
That
funny.
is a career turn for him that he could try to do that. That's an interesting choice. Be the modern Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Just
I think
go
Nick
over with
Cage
it.
is still the modern Nick Cage.
That's true.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
he's
true.
gotta wait. Stifler's gotta
So
wait his
Jungle
turn.
Cruise, I have never seen. You guys have never even heard. Have you heard of it?
No.
You've
No.
heard
It
of it.
sounds familiar the more you
This
talk
is
about
the
it.
thing in the world where everything is such a big. Disney really tried to force this one in on us. It
When?
was. Ollie? Do you know what movie I'm talking about? At least. I remember the billboard now. The billboards were everywhere. It almost looked like a fake movie from within a movie.
That's what
It
it sounds
sounds
like
like
a
they
Tropic
just-
Thunder movie. Yeah.
It sounds like
30
they just
Rock
wanted
bit.
it to be a ride at their park.
It
so
was
bad.
already a ride.
Oh, really? Before?
Okay, let's do the script because we can't. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I've
Wait,
never seen Jungle Cruise.
Is the Stiffmeister in this or no?
No.
Can we call him up and see if he's available?
He's
I
available.
don't know.
I hear he wants to work.
I don't think he
He's
can answer his
available.
phone at work. Do they let you answer your phone at Best Buy? Oh man, I'm being mean.
You only one of the display
Yeah.
ones if it rings.
Different taking strays.
His phone is just charging on the display.
Oh god.
That's a fun. Okay. Let me think who I want to be who here. Adam, will you be The Rock?
Obviously.
Shar, will you be Emily Blunt?
You got it.
Todd, will you be Exec Man?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it as Stifler, but absolutely.
And Shar, you'll be Who Cares Guy 1.
Okay.
I don't mean to be a dick, but
Adam.
I'm scrolling through and I haven't seen The Rock until page 5.
He's not in the movie till then.
Okay. I don't want to spoil the fake script we're all about to.
Adam, will you be Who Cares Guy 2?
Sure.
And will you also be Spider-Man?
Yes.
And Todd, will you be Yoda?
Oh, yeah.
And Shar, will you be Assistant?
Okay.
And I think that's everybody.
This is fun because I'm not like a big Star Wars guy, but I know that Yoda talks like backwards. I can do Yoda. I know that. I know who.
I'm
Yoda
glad you
is.
know who Yoda is.
I know who Yoda is. The Jedi Master.
All right,
That would
grab-
be fun.
If anyone wants
Yeah,
any
maybe.
instruments, you
How
can
it
grab
feels to
whatever
you.
you want right here. That's probably a good one for Jungle Cruise.
I get Yoda and the Lord of the Rings little druid guy mixed up with the my precious ring. Give
that's
me my
funny.
ring.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
We did this where he asked if Yoda was a golem.
Oh,
on the
Gollum, that's what he
podcast,
is.
And we made shirts that have a picture of Yoda that say Gollum.
Oh,
on
that's so
underneath them.
good.
Yeah.
Is Gollum his name or is Gollum his creature type?
I had the same question.
There's great questions all around.
We need to get to the bottom of this. Did you guys figure that out on that? I want to watch that now.
It's nothing to figure out. There's an answer to it. Did you guys happen to figure out what 3 + 8 is? Did you guys get to the bottom of that on
We
the
got to start a whole
podcast?
podcast where we figure this
I
out.
have a shirt with the girl from Stranger Things, and it says 3 + 8 underneath it.
Is Yoda
you really?
Gollum?
Because her name is 11. No, but that was a funny joke.
That was good. It's a good shirt.
Okay, I've never seen Jungle Cruise. No one else here has even heard of it. This is what I think Jungle Cruise probably
But we're
is.
all ready to commit.
Exterior, Disneyland, night. A camera pans through Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Maybe it's Disney World, not Disneyland. I have no idea. What is the difference? Why are there 2? Is there one from a red state and one in a blue state to keep there from being fights at them? Disney World has kiosks that sell Let's Go Brandon t-shirts, and Disneyland is selling t-shirts of Ruth Bader Ginsburg wearing Mickey Mouse ears.
You're doing like you're doing like edgy Seinfeld at the beginning of this.
Thanks, Adam. I will never make it to The Rock if you interrupt the whole time.
I like that there's like a stand-up bit put in the beginning. It's like when you're about to watch Seinfeld and there's like an actual
I've never
stand-up
seen
bit
Seinfeld
at the-
before.
Oh, yeah. Me neither.
I haven't actually, so I
You've
don't
never
know.
watched an episode of Seinfeld?
I think I've seen some of the Chinese restaurant one in a sketch writing class.
Wow.
It feels like Disney adults probably transcend political parties. It's the dead of night. The rides and attractions are no longer open. The camera cranes down to 3 men in suits, trademarked, walking along. One of the men on the outside holding a clipboard. In the center is Exec Man. On both sides are Who Cares Guy 1 and Who Cares Guy 2. We track in front of them as they talk.
We're running out of properties to exploit. Marvel movies barely make $1 billion these days.
You're right, boss.
Good point, boss.
We've bought everything there is to buy, at least until Sony goes under completely.
Yeah, screw Sony.
I have an Xbox.
Shut up, both of you.
They stop walking. Exec Man turns to look at a Marvel Avengers exhibit that is darkened and closed. The camera trucks over the guardrail and towards the exhibit.
Nice camera movement.
Thanks, man.
We can't milk superheroes forever.
As the camera pushes in, we start to make out the outline of something. As we get closer, we see that it's Spider-Man. Whimpering noises echo throughout the exhibit. The camera focuses in on Spider-Man. He's hanging belly down like that guy in the shed in Midsummer. Attached to his nipples are 2 milkers, like what they'd use on cows, but jerry-rigged to fit on this. The actor portraying Spider-Man at the amusement park. This is night at Disney theme park. Every character is quite literally milked for all they've got. Days spent dancing and frolicking around, taking photos with kids and their angry parents, being exploited by teens for TikToks. At night, their characters are hooked up to one giant milker machine, tubes running and cups popped over their breasts, squeezing them for all they've got. Does Disney own Meet the Parents? Probably. That'd be a fun reference right about now. Spider-Man, crying under his breath, sings quietly into the night.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, spins a web and he sighs and catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
The camera moves through the ceiling and into the sky. Looking down on the park, we see every Disney property character being milked, crying. Iron Man, Goofy, Olaf, ESPN anchor Scott Van Pelt, someone from Freeform probably, Ant-Man, that Gaston guy who gets in push-up contest videos, even frickin' Homer Simpson. The cries calm down for a moment, and we only hear the sounds of the milk machine running until a defeated Yoda whispers into the night.
Sad I am.
Did you do a little Mr. Burns thing with
No,
your
that's
hand?
the golem, the ring. I want my ring. Right?
We cut back to the three men in the park walking along.
There has to be something we haven't ran into the fucking ground yet.
Facing the other way, Who Cares Guy 1 says,
What about this, boss? What is this?
Exec man turns around. They're all looking out onto a dark, wooded area. There's a sign that reads, Just a ride so no one fucking cares. The rest of the sign covered in dirt.
What is this? Just a ride? Like, we haven't made it into an entire franchise yet? Well, that can't be. What's it called?
Who Cares Guy 2 takes his hand and brushes away the dirt on the sign and reads it aloud.
Jungle Cruise?
Title card, Jungle Cruise. Interior, exec office, day. Exec man is on the phone with someone. It doesn't matter who.
It's the perfect idea. We can make a movie, toys, spin-off shows, and we can update the ride and charge more for it. We'll exploit this potentially fun thing for every dollar we can until it's ruined by the fans or we think of something better.
He pauses while the other person talks. Blah, blah, blah.
Great. To star in it? Well, we need a big name. Someone who loves money and promoting things just as much as Disney. And someone who can wear khaki clothes and stuff.
There is a beat.
That's a great idea, sir.
Cut to interior, gym, day. We're at a super intense gym. It's empty except one man working out in the center. Every single weight in the gym is on one bench press bar. Even the machines are balanced on the edge of the bar. Curling the bar and everything on it with one arm is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His assistant rushes in on a phone call.
Mr. Johnson, sorry to interrupt your workout, but
Amanda, what did I tell you to call me?
I'm sorry. At The Rock on Instagram and founder of Zoa Energy Drink, there's a call for you.
Who is it?
It's just,
It doesn't matter what their name is.
I fall for it every time. It's Disney.
Thank you. Did they say what they want? It's better not to be a superhero. It better not be a superhero ask. I'm
The Rock looks directly into the camera.
starring in Black Adam, which hits theaters October 21st of 2022. Check out the trailer on YouTube now.
It gets quiet.
Yeah, I know. What are you looking at? Anyways, I think they may want to make a whole new franchise around you.
Interior, exec office, day. The Rock walks into exec man's office with a Men's Project Rock 60 backpack, only $80 on Amazon or Men's Project's website.
Please, take a seat.
The Rock takes a full-sized office chair, turns it around 180 degrees, and straddles it like a weird PE teacher would.
Now look, The Rock is into the idea of Jungle Cruise. It reminds me of my tequila brand.
The Rock looks directly at the camera.
Terramana, is that right?
I don't know.
He loves drinking tequila. He loves to work out, and he loves to have one drink of tequila at night.
He does.
Terramana tequila. Don't be a jabroni. Drink Terramana. Hashtag tequila. Hashtag ad. Hashtag $3 production.
There's the beat.
Okay. So if you're into it, we're into it. We think we'd make perfect partners.
The Rock just has a few things he needs in his contract before we can get going.
Of course.
The Rock opens up his backpack and Kevin Hart jumps out, holding a massive stack of papers. Kevin Hart walks over to the desk, drops the 1,000 sheets of paper onto exec man's desk. The Rock hands Kevin Hart a stack of $100 bills, and Kevin Hart jumps back into the backpack, and The Rock zips it up. Exec man picks up the stack of papers and starts reading the contract.
Dwayne Johnson's contract stipulations. Dwayne Johnson must be in the center of every frame. Dwayne Johnson cannot get hit in the face or lose a fight. Dwayne Johnson must be free to promote any and all companies, products, and endeavors he wishes to at any point in the production and actual film itself. Kevin Hart must be paid on set so Dwayne can make fun of him for Instagram videos throughout production. No less than 2, but no more than 4 kids with cancer will be brought to set for photo ops with Dwayne.
We fade to exec man finishing reading the stack of demands.
Mr. Johnson, this is the most elaborate, exploitive, capitalistic, selfish stack of contractual demands we've ever seen.
There's a beat.
Welcome to Disney.
They shake hands. Cut to exterior, set of Jungle Cruise. The Rock is standing next to Emily Blunt, both head to toe in khaki. Both are on a boat, cruising down the makeshift river of the Jungle Cruise ride. The entire Disney park has been closed down for shooting. The Rock turns to Emily.
Hi there, I'm Dwayne at The Rock on Instagram and Twitter. Nice to meet you.
We've met a dozen times, even earlier today. I'm Emily Blunt.
That's right. I'm sorry. My beautiful and talented co-star in Disney's Jungle Cruise, Emily Blunt. Thank you for being here.
Being here, I'm in the movie. We're both at work right now.
The Rock pulls out a copy of The Rock, Through the Lens, His Life, His Movies by Hiram Garcia, autographs it and hands it to Emily. Off in the distance, we hear screaming. It starts to get louder.
What the hell's that screaming?
Whoever the director is approaches Emily and The Rock. Todd, be whoever the director is.
There's an angry mob of Disney adults trying to storm their way inside because we closed the park for shooting. I'm sorry, we might have to delay the shoot for a few days.
Would that delay the press tour?
I mean, potentially, yes.
The Rock can't delay his press tour. The Rock needs to make content to promote content, otherwise there's no point. Let the Disney adults in. I'll take care of them.
What do you mean you'll take
Let them in.
The gates to Disney open up like it's Jurassic Park. The Disney adults start flooding in like the army of the dead from Lord of the Rings, moving as one giant mass. Some of their screams of outrage can be heard over others. Adam B1, Todd 2, Shar 3, and I'll be 4.
Okay.
I need to propose to my girlfriend here.
Don't make a movie out of my favorite ride.
We made matching T-shirts.
Stop adding diversity to Disney movies. It's ruining my childhood. The army of the Diz floods its way to the Jungle Cruise set. The Rock pulls out a Zoa, the world's first and only healthy energy drink that contains a unique combination of 100% vitamin C, 100% vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, and vitamin D, along with other vital ingredients. He chugs it. The Rock leaps off of the boat and onto the throng of the army of the Diz. He starts punching everyone. Since he's all hopped up on Zoa, he lands every punch. All these are normal people, so he is killing them. They are all dying, like for real dying. Blood is squirting out everywhere. He rock bottoms a woman in a "Am I Adulting" t-shirt. The D is the Disney D, through a churro kiosk. Amongst the chaos, he sees a little boy in a John Cena "You Can't See Me" t-shirt. He runs through the crowd, leaps over the kid, and snaps the kid's neck from behind.
Nobody keeps The Rock from a promotional tour.
Cut to black.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Dude, if the old greasy, greedy people at Zoa don't come knocking down our door for sponsorship after that, I don't know what's going on in the world, man.
None of us knew what it was, and we were able to guess pretty much what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the crazy thing is, I'm still not 100% sure you're not mistaking this for Jumanji. I don't know that this is a real movie.
Jumanji was good.
I'm sure it was.
The
I don't know
remake
why
of
they-
Jumanji with Jack Black was very funny, and Kevin Hart and The Rock were good because
Was
The
it that
Rock
different from the Robin
actually-
Williams one?
yes,
Okay.
The Rock actually, it was updated. They got sucked into a video game. It was like, but it was very fun and very good. And also, The Rock was a little self-deprecating, which feels like the last time he allowed that legally to happen
That's
was the
interesting.
movie Jumanji.
Is that a thing where is it just the Vin Diesel thing, or is that a thing where other times he's
Oh,
like,
I
you
didn't
can't make me
make
look
up
good?
any. I mean, I made up the Kevin Hart and the cancer kid thing, but I don't know if I really did. But like, he's not allowed to lose a fight.
That's
This
crazy.
is in like
His rider.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He has
I
to be in
remember
the
that.
middle of all the shots.
That's right. That's right.
And
Well,
so
how will it hurt him if he loses a fight in a movie?
I think this all the time. Who are the action heroes people love the most? Jackie Chan lost every fight except one in every movie he was in.
yeah, you want to see him get beat
You
up
wanna see
before they win.
vulnerability.
He
Yeah.
got beat up until the end of every movie.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but Jackie Chan's never going to be president.
Touche. And you know what? Jackie Chan doesn't have a energy drink brand.
But
or...
if you think about Bruce Willis,
Yep.
lost just got his ass kicked and sweat everywhere until he won.
there's no kind of about it. He's like the worst fighter anyway. And dude,
And
Die
those-
Hard, he gets his ass kicked by like everybody.
Keanu Reeves kind of gets half. I mean, John Wick is a little different. He wins some of the, but he's not like he gets punched and he's bleeding and limping.
Yes.
He's not contractually obligated to be in the center winning. It's like the Rock has played himself so often in movies to the point where I don't think he thinks other characters are written.
Yeah, I'll agree to be a part of your documentary.
I have my khakis. That's why Jumanji and what's the one with Sean William Scott called?
Daddy
Rundown,
daycare.
The rundown.
The Tooth Fairy, where he's wearing all khaki
Yeah,
tooth.
hell
Imagine he's
yeah.
wearing all khaki Tooth
Oh, yeah.
Fairy garb.
And he
Yeah.
fucking
Khaki
kicks the
Tooth
Tooth Fairy's ass.
Gotta love
It's
it.
very specific, and this just felt like such a it's a ride that they kept updating, that they then made into a movie. Pirates of the Caribbean was a ride,
Yeah.
and
I
that turned
wrote it
into
as a
like their
kid.
most famous or profitable franchise until they bought Marvel,
Oh yeah.
because those were making $1 billion each and pretty fun movies until they were like 5 hours long by the end. I watched the last Pirates of the Caribbean ride. The whole thing took place in a courtroom over 3 weeks, and
Oh, that courtroom ride is so boring.
it's just so realistic.
That's awesome.
Judge Judy the ride.
You got to get a seat on the jury. It's the best.
It is the best. It is the best you can get it.
I
yeah.
got bailiff again. I got to stand with my stupid broken foot the entire time. But this just felt so fake. it felt, and then it came out, and I remember people were like, "Yeah, it was a movie." You know, it's like, and between streaming and everything.
Wait, this already came out? This isn't like
I'm
a
pretty
new
sure
movie?
this has like already been out for 2 years.
How has nobody heard of this movie? This is crazy. I thought this was like coming out and we hadn't heard of it. This already came out.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago. This might have came out during COVID.
What?
I could see The Rock causing COVID.
Just
So they could then shut down the shoot, so then he could talk about the heroic crew working through COVID.
oh yeah.
For an Instagram video.
They take health very seriously, except
It's
at the
gotten-
end of a shooting day, we like to have one drink of tequila to wind down.
I feel like it's gotten so I don't trust he's like a business. One time I saw that he had like hit someone's car and then stuck around and like been like, I hit you. And I think he hit their car on purpose
Just
for a
to do
video.
that,
So he could
absolutely.
be like, isn't it crazy that
I'd
The
like-
Rock hit your car?
He hired a stunt driver
And
just to
stuck
like.
around. What a nice guy. He's like, this will be real good.
Can you
for me."
believe
Yeah.
it? The Rock didn't do a hit and run.
Yeah. I believe it. I do. He's a nice guy. He's just a genuinely nice guy.
It's wild.
Got my vote.
So I don't know. He feels, this is what I felt is he feels very planned. Everything is very planned.
Yeah.
Everything The Rock does is like so particular. He has every label out in every video. He's talking about everything being life-changing. I don't know how life-changing workout shorts possibly could be.
Well, they're khaki, right?
I looked
They
up
have
like
to be.
I looked up The Rock's brands for this, to write it, and it was like there was a top 100 brands The Rock has promoted on
Oh
Instagram,
my god.
and the backpack was like 80.
Oh my God. That's insane.
I didn't even have the backpack. I just had a backpack in the script, and then I was looking up his brands, and it's like, did you know The Rock has a backpack? I'm like, well, I got to put that
You do?
to
You
take
do.
place of the backpack.
It must have such wide shoulders.
Oh, a backpack?
Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
The Rock putting a backpack on.
Me
yeah.
putting a Rock backpack on, I'd have to tighten it so much there would just be miles of.
It would be like you trying to put a fanny pack on as a backpack.
Yeah.
That's what it would feel
Yeah.
like seeing The Rock put an actual backpack on. Well, hey, thanks. I felt good about Jungle Cruise.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was
Anyone
awesome.
has seen it? Tell me, because I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I love that I got to do a Yoda impression as a
And it was
non-Star Wars
spot
guy.
on.
You did the
That was
Mr.
fun.
Burns fingers.
No, it was
Sad
he's
I
a
am.
golem, right? Or he's a Jedi, but he's also a golem.
Gollum is only from Lord of the Rings.
I thought the same thing, Todd.
This is
We made
so
a whole
crazy.
shirt out of this. If you go to gollumasiayoda.xyz, you can buy the shirt. Well, I don't know.
We
If
gotta
I don't
bring
think I
back-
paid for the URL for a second year.
We got to bring back fake websites, man. Fake
But
websites
go
are so
to
fun.
Get Rich Nick, because Nick Turner's who prints the T-shirts. If you want one,
Oh,
go
that's
go
nice.
look it up. Hey guys, we're going to a break.
Hell yeah.
Finally. thank God.
FonCon. So,
I did it. I remembered the break. How many more breaks we need? One more? We could have done one some other time. we feel
Hop
pretty
right
far.
in.
This feels like a sitcom level
Well,
of break. This is
yeah.
like the show Lost. If I add another break to this,
Jungle
where I
Cruise-
add a break just to come back and hear.
The actual movie Jungle Cruise had an intermission, so it would have been
I wouldn't be
cool.
surprised if the movie Jungle Cruise actually had ads, like
Yeah.
commercials in the
Yeah.
middle of them,
Yeah.
where it's just like a Hulu ad and everyone's trying to skip it.
in the theater.
You didn't order The Rock Plus in this movie theater.
Yeah.
So you don't get to actually skip through the ads during Jungle Cruise.
That's so good.
I bet it opened up with him going, finally The Rock has come back to movie theaters. He was so good in WWF. I used to love The Rock.
Hell of a guy.
It just feels so
Say it to his face, Kyle.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
I can't he'd be looking into his phone. It feels fake. I wish
Yeah.
it didn't.
Yeah, I wish you did too.
I think whatever persona he's created though seems likable and generally positive and whatever.
I do
So
agree with
there's
that.
People I don't
It
dislike
could
The
be
Rock.
worse.
Could
His
be way
persona
worse.
could be James Woods,
Sure.
Yeah.
who barely has his own street. It's crazy. People who have streets accidentally named after them in L.A. sure haven't held up over the test of time. James Woods Boulevard,
Isn't that-
Chevy Chase
that's not that
Boulevard,
James Woods,
Bill
though.
Cosby Street.
Yeah, that's...
They just gave Woody Allen Town. It was Mid City, but they renamed it Woody Allen Town.
He's way downtown. What's the age,
Hitler
though?
Road.
I know that was a weird one to go to last week. The naming of Hitler Road.
Hitler Road, yeah.
I liked calling it the 101.
That, I mean, if one was going to be that part where there's a
Now
little
it's the
LA joke,
Talk about
everybody,
places
but
I'd rather be than stuck on the 101.
yeah, no, there we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Auschwitz.
Now it's the 909. All right, fuck me.
Now it's the 888. 88. Okay, we keep getting into. I don't like Hitler.
I brought that to Hitler. I'm sorry. I'm
Clip
working
that.
on a big Hitler joke at home.
And
I got,
here's
I
our
got Hitler in
second
mind.
break.
There we go. Hopping right in.
You know what's we kept sending it to break in Langston Kermit's episode as a bit, and I'd talk about ZocDoc. They followed me on Instagram.
I love that.
that's
So
cool.
Wait, no, I was there for that.
yeah,
I love
we
ZocDoc.
kept. So,
Me
anyways,
too.
check out ZocDoc.
We were. Dude, ZocDoc
We're
is
the only
great.
reliable guests on this show.
And also the only reliable ZocDoc promoters.
Yeah,
I
I used it in
we
New
need to talk
York.
to The Rock about that.
So follow me at the Rock Doc.
Rock
That's
Doc.
where the Rock tells you. The Rock actually tells you an alternative medicine you can take.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna go to a doctor? Just drink Zoa. Find me at the Rock Doc, and I'll let you know an alternative medicine that'll make you,
You know
feel
what?
better.
In his defense, we are, like you're saying, it could be worse. Like, we're lucky that he doesn't have a weird thing like that. Like, what if he was, like, super anti-vax? Or,
I mean,
like, into, like,
I really.
weird, like,
we are. He's so neutral.
Yeah.
And no one is anymore.
No, he's just
No one is
colorless,
that anymore.
odorless,
He's
neutral,
doing
nothing.
Michael
just-
Jordan in the '90s, where he's like, I'm not gonna make a stance. What the Republicans
He
buy
is,
sneakers.
except he's doing what? Yeah, but he's doing it like through now, where there's
Yeah.
not like Chinese sneak, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
really, really. Well, The Rock also does love China. He's like very, but his movies have to be able to come out there, and
Absolutely.
it's like a big thing.
Yeah.
All right, third break.
Hell yeah.
We're not doing it at ZocDoc on Instagram. We're gonna play a game.
Get ready to play before and afters.
This game is called Before and Afters. How this game works is two movies have been smushed together into one movie. I'll read you the smushed together plot. You have to tell me the smushed together title. We all know it here. We've all played it here.
Hell yeah.
Some examples: The Wolf of Wall Street, Fargo, Saving Private Silverman. What's one we could do with Jungle Book Cruise?
Jungle Book
Cruise
of
in-
Mormon.
Jungle Book
well,
of Mormon.
that's not
that
a
doesn't
movie,
have
right?
Jungle Cruise in it. I was
Book
about
of-
to say Jungle Cruise in USA, so I think Book of Mormon can play because mine is an
That's
arcade
fair.
game. We get it.
Speed 2 cruise control probably is like Jungle Cruise. There's probably a lot of similarities.
Jungle, Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Yeah.
I think we understand the examples.
Yeah. Well, we did in the beginning, but now we're lost. But
now all I
Now
can
we're
think
too
about
far
is
from it. Here we go.
Speed 2.
Number one. A corporate drone employee enters a blissful state and helps cartoons win a basketball game.
Office Space Jam.
Oh!
Well done.
Yeah,
Well done,
that was
Mr.
great.
Shar.
Have you seen either of those?
I've actually seen both of those.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Has there ever been a before and after you've seen both parts of?
Probably not.
I think
Definitely not for me.
statistically it's impossible.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think you've done We Are the Millers and 40-Year-Old Virgin yet. So I don't-
A newly divorced woman embarks on a quest for self-discovery to help protect a tribe from a highly evolved alien that hunts human for sport.
obviously, it's something Predator.
Yeah, there's a Predator version
But
here.
what's the first
A
movie?
newly divorced woman embarks on a quest for
Oh,
self-discovery.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Eat, pray,
Predator Love. Oh, Prey.
Boom.
Got it.
Eat,
Hell yeah.
pray, love. Did you watch Prey yet, Todd?
I haven't. I really want to, though.
Yeah.
I
I'm really
watched
excited
it. I
about
liked it.
I've heard nothing but good things about it, which like I need my expectations to lower again before I go into it. 'cause I
Don't
I
go
wanna be
into it
disappointed.
thinking, oh, I'm gonna say, just fuck it. Just
This might
go
help lower
in.
your expectations. It's only on Hulu.
I think Hulu makes good content. I
I
like
think
Hulu.
Hulu makes
Yeah,
great stuff.
they're
I
great.
just mean if it's not in theaters.
That's true. Yeah.
It's hard for like a big action movie with
Yeah.
big set pieces and stuff like that. If it's not in theaters, I wonder if it can lower. I think
Yeah.
Hulu is like top tier streaming platform now. They could use like a animated series.
Yeah. Ooh, like about like movies that were written by other people.
Yeah,
Like
I think that would
animated
be
things like
great.
that? That'd be awesome.
We
should call Billy
write this
Rosenberg.
timestamp
Yeah, let's
down
get Billy
and we'll
Rosenberg
add it
on the phone
after
right
we
now.
pitch the show.
Yeah.
We won't
Yeah.
leave this in there before. All right.
I will defend every single. I think every Predator movie is good. Those two AVP movies.
Hey Todd, will you
are
just say
kind of
I
fun.
will defend every Predator? I just want that sound clip. We could
That'd be
just
good. We got
that
our third
sound
break.
clip
We got
right
our
here.
third break. Mid-sentence, third break. No, they never made a bad Predator movie.
I like that one Predator movie where the guy asked you to take a seat and asked you why you're there.
Yeah.
Where the Predator walks
That's
in
an
with a bunch of
ongoing
Mike's
series.
Hard Lemonade and
Ongoing
condoms
series. Yeah.
Hey, he takes off his mask and it's the Rock
to
under
catch,
the Predator
to
mask.
catch the Predator.
Ah.
we got a decoy.
He shows up with the
We got a decoy.
costume on. All right, here we go. Number 3. Two
Judge
music-loving.
Dreaditor.
Oh.
Sorry.
There's something there.
I don't
Yeah.
Two music-loving friends run a public access show in their basement until most of the globe is covered by water.
Wayne's
Wayne's
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Wayne's
All right. He beat me. He got me.
This is the most Char's ever gotten.
Hell yeah.
Have you seen either of those?
I've seen Wayne's World.
Okay, I have not.
Good choice.
You've
I'm not seeing
never-
Waterworld. That was the right choice you made
Yeah.
there. That movie is just as bad as it was when it came out.
Waterworld?
Hard to watch. Very
But
hard
the
to watch.
topic of it holds up.
Yeah, you'd think so.
The topic is Kevin Costner will be alone in the end.
It takes some interesting choices.
Yeah.
All right, last one. A man starts fresh by moving his family to a wildlife park where they attempt to reopen with the help of a male model.
We bought a Magic Mike.
We
bought a Zumanji.
what was the
Jungle
second half
Cruise.
of it? What was the second half of it again?
We bought a Magic Mike.
Yeah, it's Magic Mike and we bought a zoo, right?
No, I know what two movies you're trying to combine.
We bought a Zoolander.
We bought a Zoolander.
Oh, yeah. Well done.
We bought
Well
a
done.
Magic Mike.
That's the only male model movie in my book. There aren't male models, they're strippers.
Male models.
Yeah. What's the one where they get all the way naked?
Magic Mike 2? Chippendales?
No, there's like
Porn?
a stripper movie.
Porn. You're thinking of porn.
Yeah.
We
What's
bought
the
a
one where
horn.
they have sex with porn
Striptease?
stars?
Showgirls?
We bought Full Monty.
Oh,
Full
the Full
Monty.
Monty. Yes, indeed.
The full Monty-year-old virgin?
Yeah.
That one didn't make any sense.
But we bought a Magic Mike.
I laughed politely.
All right, we are going to play, to wrap things up here, we're going to play one round of Build a Perfect Movie.
Build a perfect movie.
How this movie works is I will give you a category. You have to pick 2 movies from that category whose Rotten Tomatoes score adds up to as close to 100 as possible without going over. Price is Right rules do apply. So you need 2 movies. You'll each pick one. We'll review the scores. You'll pick your second accordingly. Today's category is a movie with animals in it at any point. So I figure in Jungle Cruise there's probably an animal at some point, like a piranha. So, like a pariah. So it's a fish I worship. And I think I have a mental, disease.
ZocDoc.
Yeah,
Go to
yeah,
Zoc-
not to
It's
ZocDoc.
crazy.
They'll
You
take
type
care of you.
pun into ZocDoc and it doesn't help you. You type when there's puns, I can't sleep into ZocDoc and I didn't get the help I needed. It took me to Giphy. So your category is going to be movie with any animal. Shar, you'll pick first since you won the most before and afters. Todd, you'll pick second. Adam, you'll pick third. So movie with any animal, you pick your first, and then we'll get the scores and you can pick your second, all right?
All right. Seabiscuit.
All right. Manchester by the Seabiscuit could be fun. Just about one brooding horse.
I'm going to go with...
Stop enjoying the song, Todd. You need to
It's a
pick
good
movie.
it's a good beat. I'm
You
gonna
just
go. I'm just
fade
gonna go
into
with a
bounce
nice
around.
movie with some nice animals. I'm gonna go with what's the Meet the Parents, right? Doesn't he have a cat that he likes?
Oh yeah, Mr. Jinx.
Yeah.
Mr. Jinx.
He milks it.
He milks the cat. There we go.
Okay. Adam, movie with
I'm
animal.
going to go with an obvious one. Let's go with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Such a funny movie. I will
right, here we
defend that
go.
one also.
I
till
would
the
enjoy
day
to
I die.
watch that one this week.
It
I've never
holds up
seen that either.
tremendously well.
Here we go.
Tremendously well.
Seabiscuit is a 78%.
Shit.
You're looking for a 22.
That
All
is a
right. You're looking
tough
for a 22.
number.
Meet the Parents is an 84%.
Wow.
Equally tough.
You're looking for a 6. That was like a revelation when that movie came out. You
Yeah.
remember it went crazy.
I saw that in theaters twice.
and-
As a teenager. Like I wasn't like a kid at that point. I was old enough to not have to do that.
so you're looking for a 16% or less. Todd. Ace Ventura Pet Detective is a 48.
Oh, wow.
So you're looking for a 52, and you will pick first, Adam. You have the most
Oh,
makeup.
my God.
You'll go Adam, and then Shar, and then Todd.
52,
You're
so I
looking
need
for
a good one.
52, or just the same movie again.
That's a good point. Well, I would. Oh, so I have 52?
You need 52 or less.
I was going to say, because Ace Ventura 2, I imagine, is going to be way lower. Another pet movie with around 50%.
Dan Marino is an Ace Ventura?
Oh yeah.
He's tremendously
Dude.
I have not
funny.
seen it.
Oh yeah.
You really should. That really does hold up.
Yeah,
it's
it's a great one.
incredibly funny.
Yeah.
Also, the script is really funny.
50, so what do I need, 52?
52 or less. You're looking to get as close to 100 as you can.
I'm going to go with Air Bud. No.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not getting 52 on Rotten Tomatoes.
You think it's getting less?
Way less.
The original first Air Bud.
I don't even think that came out in theaters. That might have been like a Disney movie.
Yeah, I don't think it came. No, it might
You
have.
don't think Air Bud came out in theater? I think maybe later Air Bud.
You know what? Why don't you go with Air Bud and prove a point then?
Yeah, touche.
I mean, at
Put
this
your money
point,
where
I
your
think
mouth
the
is.
first Air Bud is gonna at least get 30%, which is gonna put me in the 80s.
What reasoning would a critic have for a good review on Air Bud?
Just thinking this is a good, fun movie for fucking kids and their
think-
whole
you're
family.
thinking of Turner and Hooch or Clifford or something. You're
Turner and Hooch and Clifford are not in the same category at all.
Oh, really getting into the dog days of this podcast.
You know what? I'm gonna go with fuck. I was hoping I was going to get like a 90-something%, and then my strategy was to go with Beverly Hills Chihuahua for the second one, and now I'm thrown off.
You're definitely giving them some good movies they can use, though.
Because I just need to think of something around. You know what? Fuck, because Dumb and Dumber is going to be really high. I want to stick with Jim Carrey movies with animals.
I respect that.
That's all of them.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of animal bits.
But I'm gonna stick with.
You know, they released the number 23 just for dogs. It was called the number 161.
Some quick math.
That's pretty good.
I thought that math 3 days ago, just in case it came dogs.
It's
and
good
pets.
to have in your
some-
pocket.
yeah.
I like that.
I'm gonna go with. What's the one? Homeward Bound.
One.
Homeward Bound 1. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That's a lovely movie. I would like to say I feel like I bullied him out of Air Bud. If Air Bud is better than that, he should get to have
my
that.
instinct is to go with Air Bud 1.
That was a jerk move on my part.
I want to go with Air. I want to stick with Air Bud.
Yeah.
1.
You don't want to do
because I'm
Homeward
gonna
Bound?
be so mad at myself.
You don't want to do Homeward Bound.
Yeah, Homer. And even if I win, I would have won with Homeward
Just so you know,
Bound.
the 2-minute sound effect loop ended just during you picking one movie. All right, Shar, your second movie. You have Seabiscuit. Is it at 78? You're looking for a 22.
All right, I'm gonna say, was there a Dr. Dolittle 2?
Probably.
There has to be.
Dr. Toolittle.
There's probably a ride.
Yes, there
at
is.
Disney
Dr.
that isn't
Dolittle
offered.
2.
How is it
I'll
not
go
called
with
Dr.
that.
Toolittle? That's infuriating.
It's called Doc Little. That's probably why I didn't do too well.
Doc Toolittle.
Dr. Dolittle.
Cock Doctor.
Todd, you got 84. We're looking for 16.
I'm going to go with, I feel like I've used this movie before, but it's a movie that I love. I'm going to go with On Deadly Ground, starring, written, and directed by Steven Seagal.
What's an animal in it?
Well, there's several, but
seagull.
most importantly, there is the movie ends. This is an action movie that ends with a 12 to 13-minute montage of Alaskan
Spoiler.
wildlife as he gives a monologue about how we as people, as humans, are ruining the earth and nature. It's basically a climate change.
Todd's now going to perform
Okay,
that
great.
monologue for us.
Todd, did you bring your own black box in here? All right, here we go. Let's review. Seabiscuit is a 78%. Dr. Dolittle 2 is a 42.
Shit.
We're way over. Ace Ventura Pet Detective is a 48%. I have to let you know what Homeward Bound was.
Yeah, let me know.
87.
Okay.
You would have been way over.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was actually
Ace
probably-
Ventura Pet Detective is a 48%. Air Bud, 45%.
wow.
That's a 93%.
Well
93%.
done.
Very
Well
good.
done.
Very good. Go
I
with your
feel
gut there. You would have been
fucking-
way over.
I feel huge right now.
Let me look.
You've earned
All right.
it. You've
Meet the
earned it.
Parents is an 84%. You got to beat in 93.
Yeah.
On Deadly Ground, 12. That is a 96%.
Wow.
Hey. Respect.
When in doubt, always go Steven Seagal. That's my strategy for this game. Anybody who's listened to this podcast more than once, I
It's
try to
never
get
worked in any
start with
other-
a good movie, and
That
then
hasn't
a
really,
Steven
that hasn't
Seagal
worked
movie.
for actual movies.
Yeah, for Steven Seagal. Yeah, it's true.
Or his family.
Yeah.
It's not. Like,
No,
it's never
nobody.
worked.
All right.
Nobody.
I'm going to end, and then we're going to do a quick thing. All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. That's it. Thank you guys for being here. Let everyone know what you got and where to find you and that sort of thing. Todd, you won, so you can go first.
I am at Steven Seagal on Venmo and also at Colonel Sklar on Instagram.
Are you
Twitter.
really at Steven
No,
Seagal
I'm
on
actually
Venmo?
I'm at Bernie Madoff.
That's what I thought. You're at Bernie Madoff on Zoom, and sometimes we would have meetings, and it would
I don't know how to
Bernie
change
Madoff
it.
would enter the Zoom room before your camera turned on. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
It's a joke. It's a joke that ages well. It's only getting funnier as time goes on. But you can find me at Colonel Sklar on Twitter and Instagram.
Great. Shar?
Just danielshar.com has stuff you can watch and read and whatever, and you can get in touch with me to hire me for your shit there.
Great. Adam?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Great. Thank you so much, everybody. That's been Never Seen It. I do not know what that was. Thank you. If you want more stuff, we're on Patreon at patreon.com/neverseenit, including a new game that we're about to play right now and give a go to. Adam, you could say something now.
That's okay. I really froze up and
I've never seen it.